Hey guys, Sandy here, and welcome to Follow a Sketch February for Friday, February 16th. Today I'm going to be using my Citrus Twist kit for the month of February. This is actually the first layout I've scrapbooked with this kit. Can you believe it? Half of the month is over and I haven't even touched this kit yet. Craziness. I am going to be using this, whoops, where did you go? This sketch, and this sketch is actually from Creative Memories. Go figure, right? So instead of 3 photos where you do 2 smaller ones and then 1 larger one, I'm actually going to be, where did my photos just go? Literally just lost my photos, guys. 2 4x6 photos. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so this is normally where my live introduction ends and my voiceover begins. I am just letting you know ahead of time. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have seen people do this online. I'm going to give it a shot. I have no idea if it's going to turn out. This might go horribly, horribly wrong, and I start over. But, oh my goodness, let's see what I can do with this. So I sped up the process, but I left it all in just because I like watching it. I think it's cool. It's definitely not as technique-driven or probably as smooth as people who really know how to drop watercolor onto paper, but I enjoyed it. I did not use watercolor paper. I just used regular American Crafts. Sorry, my brain just did not want to remember. American Crafts cardstock, and that did come in my Citrus Twist kit. Now, I kind of forgot that I was going to be using my Citrus Twist kit for this layout because I did let this dry overnight. So that is the only thing that came out of my Citrus Twist kit was this white cardstock, and I can't call this a Citrus Twist kit video because one piece of cardstock does not constitute a kit video, at least in my mind. Oh boy. Okay, so I definitely was making a mess with this, but I was having so much fun. Just dropping the color on was fun, and it probably would have spread a little bit more had I more water on the paper or used a watercolor paper. But I don't even know if they make 12 by 12 watercolor paper. So here I am, and I just used my water spritzer to spray water directly into the little pans here. And I was loving this. Like, I was having so much fun with this. I just kept adding little bits and bits until I was done. But I gotta tell you, I probably could have played with this for a very, very long time. That was me handing off my paintbrush. My daughter was going to go rinse it off for me since the water I had in my jar was so very dirty. And then I decide to spray some more water on there. No idea why, other than I thought maybe it would do something fun. Now here is where I pull in the shimmers. And I was a little bit nervous. I was not sure what was going to happen. Now, I did start to get some pretty big ripples and pretty big puddles. And there's my daughter back with the paintbrush. So I did blot some of them up. And I'm just dipping into the shimmers and kind of like plopping it down. And where I'm kind of plopping it down, it is spreading a little bit, so that is exciting to me. And I don't want to contaminate my gold. So I'm kind of trying to be careful with how I'm adding it, and it's definitely a little bit dark, maybe a little bit splotchy even. So I just get some of the water. It's clean water now, but now it has gold in it. And then I decided, you know what, this was getting way, way too wet, too puddly. So I used my paper towels to just roll it off and dry it up a little bit. Now, I could have left it like that, and I think the colors would have dried a little bit darker, but I'm really digging this. Like, this is just fun to me. So what I did do was decide to bring in some color on top of the gold, because I didn't want the gold to be the main thing you saw. I wanted little pops of gold, but I wanted shimmer all over the place. And that is what happened. The shimmer from the Shimmers product just kind of went all over the place, while some of these watercolors covered up a good portion of the gold splotchy thingies that were around. Now, sometimes it started to get a little muddy on my page, and I just decided to splat that up a little bit. Nobody wants muddy watercolors, especially since this was starting to turn out really pretty. I really did not need muddiness on it. So it kind of looked like I was dropping the color and then immediately taking it off, and I guess I really was. It just wasn't, like, I just didn't want the puddles, and that's what I was really afraid that's what it was going to do. Like, I was super afraid it was going to puddle. And then I just decided to clean up a little bit because I did not want it to puddle. Like, I was really concerned with puddling. So I let that dry overnight, and it really dried pretty flat. It dried pretty flat. I was impressed. So what I did was take a 1/4 inch off of each side of that 12 by 12 cardstock that I added the watercolor to, and then I matted it on a gold glitter cardstock, and then I matted that on top of white cardstock. I just wanted a little touch of the gold peeking out. At first, I was just going to use the gold as my background behind the watercolor paper, but it was really just too much gold. Can you imagine? Like, I thought it was too much gold. But honestly, guys, it really was. It was like, boom, in your face gold. And I had originally thought I was going to go into the blues with this, and had originally thought of using the blue glitter cardstock, and that, that did not happen. So what I decided to do was, I really did not want to cover this up. I feel like I've covered up enough of it with the photos and whatever little embellishment I'm going to add. So to use that center part from the sketch, I decided to cut down a piece of 12 by 12 vellum and just plop it down there. And that way, I'm still following the sketch. There's still 2 distinct areas, but you're not missing out on any of the beauty of the watercolored paper, because it is cool. I am super thrilled with it. I loved doing it. There's been a couple backgrounds that I have made in my life, and this is probably top 5, so that's pretty exciting. Now, that cardstock right there came from a stash, and I'm flipping through and trying to decide if I want to use doilies up here, or if I want it to bring in those black and white letter stickers that actually came in my Secret Not Secret Kit Club kit. Now, I'm just kind of messing around and futzing around with this doily, and because I didn't want it to be harsh. I didn't want it to be like bam in your face, and that's what those black thickers would have done. It would have done a bam in your face. Now, the letter stickers I end up using are pretty bam in your face, but they're different. They're bam in your face different. So I grabbed these border stickers, and these are old Creative Memories border stickers. Like, way old. Super, super old. And the dots did not come out of the center of them. So I picked them out individually and did not make you watch me pick out dots because it wasn't fun for me, so I doubted it was going to be fun for you. Now, painting and dropping that watercolor in the shimmers was fun for me, so I hope it was fun for you, which is why I left it all in. So here I am. I pulled out some Daily Flash letter stickers from October afternoon, and I pulled out these turquoise glitter thickers, and they are the Fitzgerald font. Now, I'm sure everybody has thickers in the Fitzgerald font, whether they are glitter or not. It's just a really, really good font, I gotta say. It's a super good font. So now what I am doing is I finally figured out how I wanted it to go. At first I thought I was going to retreat underneath of Youth, but no. It was too, oh, excuse me. It was too thick of a title to do it that way, and I wanted more of a horizontal title than a vertical title. So here I am, figuring out the letters, figuring out which way they're going to go, getting kind of nervous because I'm using 2 E's and 2 T's and an A and 2 R's, which are all pretty popular letters. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm like, you know what? No. There's no reason to hoard these thickers, none whatsoever. Now, back when I had 4 sets of thickers, I hoarded them and made sure that they were very well used and very well loved and saved. Now I have a bunch of thickers, more than 4, less than 40. I actually don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 20. Maybe I have 20 packs of thickers, and they're not 20 different fonts. A lot of the thickers I have in sets of 2, because when places had clearance sales, I would grab thickers for $1, and I decided if I can get thickers for $1, why don't I just grab a second one and have 2? So there you go. There is my thought process on thickers. And I have them in a bin right to the left of me, so they're easy to reach over and grab. All right, youth retreat. Yay, it's done. It's perfect. Like I said, it's a bam in your face, but it's not a bam in your face, a black title bam in your face, which would have been a really bam in your face with the softness of the background, especially since I have vellum over it, which softened it some more. Now, this die cut pack that I'm playing with, if anybody knows what it is, can you please tell me? I know it's from Pink Paisley. I'm pretty sure it's a Paige Evans collection, but I'm just not sure what it is. Now, I kept the backing. So my die cuts I keep in these little iris boxes. And they're in a bin as well over to my left. So really easy to look at and grab. And I cut the the information sheet down so that it fits in the box too, so I know where the stuff came from. So obviously, when I flip it over, it says crepe paper, American Crafts, not crepe paper, good Lord, it says Pink Paisley, American Crafts, all that kind of good stuff, but it's not giving me the collection. So, and I know it's a Paige Evans because that pink couch, I remember watching a video where she references the pink couch. So, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. Now, what I'm doing here is pulling out some little bits. So what happens when I have die cuts that don't really deserve to have their own box anymore? I kind of combine them to things that have the same color scheme or same feel. So this has got some carousel die cuts in it. It's got some couple good vibes die cuts that are left. It's got something from Fancy Pants, Joy Parade. Like, it's just whatever kind of gives me that feeling, I stick them together. Now, I did not layer these Creative Memory stickers very far over the vellum. It just covers the very tip of it. So I do struggle with the sticker staying down and staying over top of the vellum. Now, I think I cut out a good bit of that, though, so you don't have to watch that. who am I kidding? I didn't do that out of the goodness of my heart. You know what happened? My phone rang and I just kept scrapbooking. I mean, geez, brutal honest truth here, guys. And I'm getting to the point where my phone's about to ring. So I'm just adhering this stuff down. And what I'm doing underneath of this little die cut, since there are so many layers, what I do is take a little bit of paper, tape it together, and stick it under there so it's more of a flat surface. And this is where that sticker is giving me a fit. They really aren't sticky. I mean, they're probably 15, 17 years old. So, you know, I ended up adding a little Scotch dot runner to them actually. Hey guys, I am back. So I got a phone call while I was scrapbooking this layout, and instead of walking away, I actually just sat and scrapbooked. So the last little bits are not recorded. So let me show you what I did. I took this thing right here, this little cluster from down on this side, and moved it up here. Because these flowers, I just didn't like the way they looked up here in this area. It just wasn't working for me. So the only thing I did was move that little piece from this side over to here and placed it down. Added some enamel dots. Popped this little flower up. There's a tag back there. And then down here, I had a label that I cut in half and split, so that you could see this on the upper and lower part of the thing, on the flower. Added the enamel dots. This guy, don't remember if I did that before or after the phone call, it's popped up as well. And then that's going to do it for this layout. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put the date on this one or if I'm going to put the date on one of the other pages that I'm going to do. So, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked this video. Leave me a comment if you want to chat. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the Follow a Sketch February videos, and I will see you guys tomorrow.